ready?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It ain't that good.
I didn't even wait on y'all for the first bite.
Oh.
What was bread? She has like cheese-filled bread. I have garlic bread. Your girl made homemade lasagna. That's what we got today. Woo. All right. What up, y'all?
What's up?
You don't got no intro.
We really don't.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
I hope this is good, y'all, because I tried something that is really risky.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Mm-hmm. This is my favorite food, y'all gotta know. Lasagna. One of my favorite food, but
Okay, so the cheese mixture wasn't like as moist as I usually like it. And so I actually added some Greek yogurt.
it's good.
Like it was plain Greek yogurt, but like to make it more creamy.
So, if y'all didn't know, and if you haven't seen, you need to go see. I lost the challenge last week.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen that, go watch that. We did 2 times spicy noodles. And
Don't underestimate that.
y'all gotta go see it.
Y'all gotta go see the video. It should
You
be
ain't
right
seen the
before
video.
this.
Pause this, open another tab, and go watch
Go
it.
watch that.
If you're on a phone, pause your phone, take whoever's next to your phone, and go watch that.
And subscribe.
And subscribe and like everything up. And comment down below some type of challenges y'all want to see us do. We're gonna try to get it done. I'm thinking about doing a little bit of a sour challenge for the next challenge, but we'll see how that goes. Guys, tell us what you guys want to see. Please. That was good.
Yeah. Like, my thing with the spicy noodles is they taste so good. Like the texture, the flavor, there's like this smoky flavor. It's just burning hot, and it's like too hot to really enjoy it. But if it wasn't so hot, like, them boys would be good.
So, I did kind of like a part 2-ish to what I did last week, which was Area 51. Now, based off of the information that I got off of what I'm doing this week, which is more so UFOs, there could be a part 3-ish. So, yeah.
Okay, Elena.
I know, right? And a 4-inch and a 5-inch. So UFO stands for unidentified flying object, obviously. Also called like flying saucers and alien spaceships, all those types of things. So give me 1 second.
You know what I just recently heard about?
What?
I want to say it's UW or something, like unidentified underwater craft, or like unidentified watercraft.
Something about that, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of creeping me out, because I'm like, man, who even thought? Yeah, we have a whole ocean.
Yeah, and that we don't even know anything about. Yeah.
Oh my god. I hope these people in the pool don't think we're just staring at them.
We're staring at them and eating.
Oh, we're literally filming.
Ooh. Oh. I caught it.
So good, you guys.
It's so good. I'm sorry, I'm gonna start talking, y'all. Give me a second.
While she eats, comment down below if you have ever had an encounter with what you believe to be an extraterrestrial.
Yeah. So
I'm honestly interested.
I have. I know I have.
Really?
Oh
my god. Did you feel like you were in danger?
I felt like I was being watched, but I'll tell you that story at the end.
Okay.
So, the first known sighting of a UFO was in 1947, surprisingly, and it's well known. It's a well-known sighting. I didn't know about it, but to anybody that is in into like UFOs and aliens and that kind of that extent. The first sighting was in 1947, and the man who saw it his name was Kenneth Arnold. He's also known as the one who The one who introduced us into UFOs. So
Wow.
they call him the man who introduced us into UFOs.
Uh-huh.
So again, his name is Kenneth Arnold. He claimed to see 9 flying saucers, right? 9. So he was a pilot, and I think he was in his personal craft, and he claimed to see 9 flying saucers. He said that they were going in high speeds around Mount Rainier, I believe is how you pronounce it. And he also said that they were kind of crescent shaped, like.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and he said that they were going 7,000 miles per hour. Like, I mean, that's 7, but 7.
And he was. Oh my God. Okay, I think I've heard about this before.
Like, yeah, so he said they were going in super high speeds, and it was about 9 of them roughly, and he said they were in crescent shapes. So that was like the first well-known like sighting of like UFOs, and like again, he was in his own plane, and this was 1947. So there's not like pictures or anything. If there is, I didn't see any. There's not any like pictures of like what he saw and how he saw it. But then the second most like famous like UFO sighting happened in the same year. That's the Roswell incident.
Oh, that happened the same year?
Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
I didn't know this, but basically there was this guy. He was like a rancher or a farmer or something like that, and his name was Mac. And basically, like
Mac Daddy.
Yeah, his name was Mac. He came across a 200-yard long wreckage in his his yard, and it was near an airfield in Roswell, New Mexico. Local papers they kind of they were there and they took pictures of it because they were called, and then
Do we still have pictures?
I believe that there are pictures. I seen some online. I didn't want to call them like truth or nothing like that, but like I did see that you can look some up. Said that the thing, it looked like a flying saucer. Like it looked like that. Army got there and they were like, "Oh no, it's just a weather balloon that crashed."
No. I'm really sick. Okay, I can't find anything concrete, but if I do, I'll add it in. I'm tired of them explaining everything away.
Trying to explain. Wait, and so get this. Okay. So then, like, they had seen not long after that, or maybe like during that, I couldn't really tell. Like what I was looking up was kind of like this and then that and then this and then that. So I don't really know for sure. But they were saying like they were seeing like silicone like gray thing, like humanoid things. And then
not humanoid.
Yeah, but then they were saying like, but then the Army was like, "Oh, we were just testing to see how we could get pilots to land safely without dying."
Oh, a humanoid? That's just my cousin Pam.
Yeah, we were just throwing silicone humanoid like dummies out of a plane, and it's a little iffy if you ask me. It's,
Well, while you're talking about first sightings, I want to point out, and a little conspiracy to throw in there, is that certain hieroglyphs, scientists and researchers wonder, could they have been depicting UFOs way back then, thousands of years ago?
You ask me?
So that's another.
I think they were, but you can call me crazy in the comment section if that's what you believe. So
That's crazy.
Roswell was a huge conspiracy theory, and
I'm new to this one.
And it's the fact that like the government tried to explain it away, like, "Oh, that's just a weather balloon. Oh, we're just doing silicone test dummies." Like, I think that's what kind of broke the public's trust with that. It was like the fact that, and then some people believe like, yeah, it was just a weather balloon and it was just silicone, and some people are like, no, like there's something bigger to the story. Why did the Army clean it up so fast, and why was there nothing? So in my opinion, one of my favorite sightings was called the Phoenix Lights, right? So the Phoenix Lights were spotted on March 13, 1997, right?
Okay. The year you were born.
I know, right? Between I found like a lot of different sources that say they were seen at 8:30, 7:30 to this time, that time. So I'm gonna like put a rough time in there and say from like 7 p.m. to like 11 p.m. Thousands of people reported seeing lights like flying over Arizona, Nevada, and parts of Mexico. So we're talking thousands of people were seeing this. Like, these lights were in the shape of a V, and they were as large as a mile long.
What?
And one of the guys who saw it, he said that it was like a mile long in the shape of a V, and it was completely quiet.
Are these the green lights?
No, these are.
They're not even green.
No, these are like they're like in the shape of like this like V.
Okay,
and like,
so altogether they were a mile long.
yeah. So this pilot too said that there was no way it could have been a plane because of how quiet it was and how big they were. And for it to be a plane, I guess he said that the plane would have been really low and it would have been really loud. So
what does that formation mean too? What if they were like in attack mode?
So people think it was one big saucer with lights out.
Wow.
The army said that they were shooting up flares, and that's
did Obama acknowledge any?
I don't
did you
think
say anything about that?
I don't think he did.
Because I know, remember how he was like the first one to acknowledge Area 51?
Yeah, but I don't think he acknowledged that one there.
Wow, that's interesting.
But it was like the pictures of it are so crazy. Like you should look it up. Like they have like they're literally like a finished V shape, and they're like these circles, and they go like that all the way up to the front. And like people like outline it and like so like show you like how big this saucer could be and like what the shape of it could be. It's crazy, like it's insane.
Oh my god, I've never seen this before. I've only seen the Northern Lights, which is like the natural phenomenon.
To like the city, like, that'd be loud if you heard that loud. You know what I'm saying?
Sitting there silent. And you said thousands of people reported seeing this?
Thousands of people reported seeing it.
This is literally insane. Like, this is what I'm alive to figure out. This is what I'm here for, you know?
This is why I breathe every day.
If you're watching this right now, is there anyone I'm interested who has seen this in person, who was there? Like,
yeah.
And what year did this happen?
97, I believe.
Wow.
The thing that like really like sticks with me though, especially with the 97 sighting, is that there's not many people like debunking it. Cause I don't think they can at that point. You know, the Phoenix Lights is probably one of my favorite UFO sightings because it's one of the like most like what could it be? Like you could say it's a plane, but where's the noise? You know what I'm saying? In 2008, I think the only reason why they were calling it flares was because in 2008 like they were in this V shape, but then they were going out like one by one. Like the lights were going out like one by one. So then they were like, oh, it's just flares. That's why lights were going out. But
no, that doesn't mean it's flares. That means they could be trying to communicate with us.
Yeah. I believe that there may be hostile aliens, and I believe that there may be non-hostile aliens.
I agree.
I believe that maybe the Phoenix ones are non-hostile. They're just checking in on things.
There's just way too much out there in not only our Milky Way galaxy, but other galaxies, neighboring galaxies, the universe. There's too much out there, so I don't think there's any limit as to what's out there. I'm just like, oh my god.
What?
I just wonder when like we will actually make contact.
I don't think we're gonna make contact anytime soon.
Well, or have we already?
But you know what?
Even if it's not our generation, like generations before us.
I believe that we for sure could have, and I believe that there's like a lot of unexplained, like phenomenons that has happened that I'm sure aliens or extraterrestrial. Because so the reason why I want to call them extraterrestrials is because aliens usually they're referencing like illegal people in countries. It's usually how they reference like aliens. So, well, no. Them ETs.
I'm just joking because she said it was offensive to call them aliens, but
I don't think that it's offensive. I just think that it's like grammatically correct to just call them extraterrestrial.
Yeah.
So there are different types of like actual aliens. There's a lot. Some of the ones that I've seen that I feel like are like well known are like they're called flatwood monsters. And they're supposed to be like tall humanoid aliens with like spade shaped heads. I never seen that one, so I'm curious if you guys have seen that one or heard anything about that one. The grays, they're gray. They're usually about 3 to 4 feet tall, no hair, big heads, black eyes.
Yeah.
So you usually see
typical like Hollywood.
Yeah, and then there's ones called the little green men. But they're usually only associated with abductions. Like people who don't talk about them unless it's abductions.
Those might be the real ones.
Yeah. There are even some, when I was reading about like the different types, and there's even some that are genetically engineered here on Earth. So
I could believe that.
yeah.
Wow. But when you say genetically like, do you mean like AI or like? Do you mean
No,
like,
I mean like doing research, like kind of like X. You know how like some of the X-Men are like genetically engineered to be to have powers.
like building them and researching them.
Yeah. So like, I feel like that happened. I feel like that's what they mean by genetically engineered. But then on the topic of like flying saucers, there's this like comet thing, and it's weird. They call it the Mao or something like that. I swear to God. And around 2008, it was spotted, and it's a cigar-shaped comet. And
is that the one that crashed and they thought it might have been a spacecraft that crashed?
Yeah, something like that. But like it was like they believe it was flung from a star.
Yeah.
And that the way that the trajectory was, it's like it wasn't that it fell. It was almost like it was being like accelerated. That's what it accelerated towards us. Like that's something to consider. But
have you heard about the reoccurring radio? I don't know if they use the word frequencies or waves that they're hearing though. It's like, I want to say 30 billion light years away, but we're hearing it. And you know, time and space is different. Like time can be warped. If you go through a black hole, time will change, bend.
There's also living like bacteria in Mars's clouds.
They just said they found a piece of human trash on Mars and they can't explain where it's from. So that's interesting.
You know, so when I was probably like a teenager, I don't know, probably like 14, 15, maybe even 16, I don't know. I was at my grandmother's house. My grandmother she has a nice sized balcony, but right off the balcony it's like you can look like straight up into the sky. Like she lives in that place, like there's not a lot of like, you know, city lights and stuff like that. So you know, you can see stars, all that type of stuff. So one day, like I felt like I was being watched, right? And I remember like she also lived around like a bunch of trees. So I'm like maybe somebody in the trees or like somebody, you know. So I'm like sitting on a patio, and you know I feel like somebody's like watching me. So I'm like looking around, but there's nobody out there. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I feel like I would have seen somebody on the floor or on the ground, because the way it hangs over, you can pretty much see everything. So I'm looking around, there's nothing there, but like something telling me like look up. So I'm looking up, and there's like something in the sky, and it's like hovering in the same spot. And so my first thought was like it's a helicopter. So I'm like, it's a helicopter, it's no big deal. So I'm just still sitting there, you know what I'm saying, I'm chilling, I'm listening to music, and I look up again and it's still there. So I'm like, okay, maybe they're looking for somebody, you know? So I'm sitting there, I'm listening to music, I look up, probably about an hour later, it's still there. And I felt like I felt like somebody was literally standing, or I don't know, like if you've ever been sitting in a chair that wasn't facing like a wall, so like, and then somebody come and stand up behind you, and you're like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it felt like. So I'm getting up to go into the house. When I look back to see if it's still there, it's no longer there. So that's one of the things that that was like my first like real big interaction.
Did you have your AirPod, like your headphones in, or did you hear anything?
No, I did have my headphones in at first, but then when I got up to like go in the house, I took them out and I didn't hear anything. Because you know, when I first got up to go in the house, I seen it, but when I turned away, it wasn't there. So
wow. So while you were seeing it, at any point you didn't hear it, but it was because you had your headphones in and you seen it.
Yeah.
No, I wonder.
Yeah.
Because if it was a helicopter, you know, but because you were listening to music.
It's just because it was sitting there for so long.
Yeah, I don't think.
And then it wasn't like, you know, helicopters, like they kind of hover, like, you know what I'm saying? They kind of do like stuff like that. This thing was sitting still. Like,
I don't think they would sit there for that long, especially because helicopters are usually used to look for someone or something, or to go to their destination, so they wouldn't just be sitting there.
Yeah, so that was
You might have escaped an abduction.
What if I was supposed to be abducted?
I definitely feel like I've seen UFOs on different occasions, but I can't remember a specific time. But there are a lot of people out there who claim to have been abducted, and that's a different story. I wonder if we can find anyone.
Yeah, I'm sure we could probably
who
find
has been. It's also, it's funny because I feel like I was talking to you about this recently.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys like podcasts, go check out the Trust Me podcast. I've been listening to them, and one of their recent episodes, they talk about like cults, extreme beliefs, stuff like that. And one of their recent episodes, they were talking about the controversy behind therapists bringing repressed memories back in people, because I believe that there's no like solid research that shows that that's even possible or accurate.
Mm-hmm.
However, a lot of people are doing it, and a lot of therapists are specializing in it, and there's a lot of people who are claiming to all of a sudden bring back memories of them being abducted and being abused by aliens, and there's like whole support groups out there for people. And so that's interesting. I think I'm gonna like get on some Reddit forums and see what I can find, because like that junk is crazy.
So if you guys want to see some more stuff from extraterrestrial, UFO, stuff like that, let me know.
I'm sure we'll touch back on it at some point.
It's really interesting.
There's too much out there on it.
It's really interesting.
There's too much
Maybe
going
next time
on.
we'll look at like unidentified like objects in the ocean, you know?
Yes. Something. Next one's gonna be me, y'all. I'm bringing a mystery to y'all, but after our challenge.
We do have a challenge coming out soon again, guys, so stay tuned.
Yeah. So look out for that, you guys. Maybe some. My energy, I'm just like so full. I was trying to really eat for y'all while she was talking, and I like
she drained
really
herself.
ate. I have the itis. I wish I had a White Claw. I did do a beat.
What do you mean, how you do it? What was that?
I don't know, but yeah, you guys. So
Feel about.
I have one more thing to say.
You sound like you about to go
If
off.
you are out there and you know what happened to the missing wallaby that went missing from the Detroit Zoo,
Guys,
you better speak up, because I don't see how a wallaby, I think a 5-month-old, a baby wallaby just up and is missing. Did someone steal it and put it on the black market? Did another animal eat it? Did it escape? Did they...
Guys, please
What's
help her with
going
this
on?
wall. She will not stop about this wall.
Is there animal insurance? Is this insurance fraud? Like, allegedly? I'm really curious about this, but the camera's about to cut off anyways. So
we'll see y'all next time.
we'll see y'all next time. Peace.